Give people a few seconds to join in. Hope everybody's doing well today. I'm doing good myself. Hopefully everybody else is having a great day, So give people a few minutes to join in the live, and then we can get things started. I'm gonna give people about another 30 seconds or so to join in, and then we can get things going from here. All right, well, we can get things started. Welcome to JMC's Intro to Foster Care Live, where you'll learn a little bit about what we do, what we stand for, and, the need for foster care and foster parents, and, any questions you would like to have answered. So now, we can start with who JMC is. JMC, is an organization that focuses on supporting children primarily within, the foster care system. We believe that every child, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Welcome in to anybody new who just joined into the live. We appreciate you joining in. Appreciate your time. We're just talking a little bit about who we are as James McMaster Mission. And we believe that every child will experience an authentic and reliable and supportive community. We believe there are no bad kids. There are only kids put in bad situations. We strive to make fostering become the norm within your community. We serve the foster care community in many, many different ways, but our main goal is to find more people who are willing and able to provide a safe and stable home for the kids in foster care. So, there is like an overarching problem within the foster care system. And that problem happens to be, there are unbelievable amounts of children being taken from their homes and placed in the foster care system. And this eventually means that the kids are being taken out of their own communities / villages. They're taken out of their own communities and villages, and they're being placed in other communities that they're really unfamiliar with, and that can really cause a lot of issues and can really stir up their emotions and their well-being and everything of that sort. And then lastly, there's a very limited amount of safe and stable and trusted adults within their own communities that are willing to take them in, or willing to take these kids into their home and deal with a little bit of unfamiliarity for the greater good of the kids. So we like to say, as James McMaster Commission, we are a village for children in need. And you're probably wondering what that means or how we execute that. One, we find trusted adults who will provide a safe and stable home. We assure that our children have their mental, emotional, and developmental needs met. We continuously engage with caregivers as they care for our children. We make connections in our community to those who share our values and passions. And then we will help you find a role in our village so, you can make a positive impact on our children at the end of the day. So now we're going to move on to, the steps to becoming a foster parent. So one, you can get in contact with us through our many different platforms, Facebook, Instagram, our website, our phone numbers, emails, or in person, or however else you can get in contact with us. I'm pretty sure we have an avenue for that. You'll be directed to myself to answer any quick questions you may have. And then after that, we'll figure out how you want to approach, foster care and becoming a foster parent. And get you to come out for an orientation to learn a little bit more about becoming a foster parent and the process that it takes. And then 3, after this, you'll need to fill out a background check and also a pre-application form, and then we can start the licensing process to get you to become a foster parent from that point forward. Now we're going to move into a little bit of Q&A. If anybody has any questions, any things that they've heard about foster care that, they don't really know if it's true, or, it's things that they may heard, or whatever the case may be. Right now is the time to bust those myths and to really just get a better understanding of, what foster care is and, the real need and the problem or that it presents in our community. So give people a few seconds to possibly comment anything if they're feeling willing and able to. And if nobody has any questions, I can start ringing off different frequently asked questions. So I could start. So do foster parents get paid? That's a frequently asked question. So yes, but it's not going to be an independent income source for you, just more extra for the child, if that makes sense. You have to have a different primary source of income other than, what you get for being a foster parent. That's pretty self-explanatory, I think. But it's a question that a lot of people ask. So can you make requests on what type of child is placed with you? So yes, you can, but we're never going to push anything on you that you can't handle. So you definitely have a say-so within the process. And your voice and opinion definitely matters to us. That's definitely a priority. And we'll try as hard as we can to provide any and everything that you're looking for. But just being real with you, if you're getting down to the nitty-gritty details of what exactly type of kid you want, we're probably not going to be able to do that for you. But, we're going to communicate that, and we're going to be like, we might be able to deal with, some vague requests, but not anything that's just, nitty-gritty and straight to the point more times than not. But, we can work together and, find a happy medium as well. So how long does the process take? We say 75 days. That's like our time frame that we like to keep. But honestly, at the end of the day, we want to work with your schedule and see what fits into yours. And it's really up to you, how motivated you are. And, we're with you every step of the way regardless. So another question that people like to ask is, so do you have to deal with the biological parents all the time? So yes and no. JMC is a village at the end of the day, and the ultimate goal for us is to, unify these kids back with their biological families. That's really the ultimate goal. Unifying them with their biological families if it's in their best interests. You know what I mean? So however comfortable you are with the biological family can really dictate how much interaction you have with them. But at the end of the day, we try to do what's best for the child. So if for most children, it's good to stay in interaction with their biological families. But if it's not in the best interest of the child, then we'll find other ways to work around that. Can a single parent foster? So yes, you don't have to be married to foster. You can be single, you could be not dating, you could be dating, you could be whatever the case may be. Your relationship status, any relationship status, you can be a foster parent. Is there an age limit? So age 21 or older, you have to be in order to be be an official licensed foster parent. What do I need to become a foster parent? Honestly, all you need is be able to provide a safe, stable home, and have a positive attitude, and then everything else will flow from there. Another question: Can I foster if I have other children in the house? So yes, you are more than welcome to to have other children around the foster kid. It's really up to you and your family. Whatever you want your family dynamic to be. we'll work off that and, try to accommodate as much as we can. So if you're comfortable with it, then we're comfortable with it. We can find out, and, if the foster child, if the kid is okay in that type of situation, then yeah, definitely. What's the biggest issue within the foster care system? The biggest problem within the foster care system is like the unreal. And when I say unreal, I don't say this lightly. The unreal amount of children who are in the foster care system, and just the massive amount of kids who are in the foster care system, and then how little amount of, trusted adults who are willing to take these kids, into their home. That's the biggest issue. That's the hugest overarching issue. How long are children in foster care? So children could be in foster care from, the time they're born until they're 18 years of age. Even in some instances, a little bit after they're 18. So every kid has a different story. Every kid's situation is different. So, you may have fostered before and had a kid, and you may think you know it all, but a new kid could come with a completely different situation, completely different background, completely different trauma, and it just changes the scope of everything. So you'll really have to learn all over again. You know what I mean? So how long are children in foster care? So children can be in foster care from the time they're born until they're 18 years of age. Even in some instances, honestly, like we said, a little bit after 18. That's for anybody who didn't hear it the first time. So do these kids have insurance? Yes, the kids will come with their own state medical insurance, which will cover medical, dental, and all their pharmaceutical needs. So that's really a big one for parents, because they're like, oh, I don't want to have another financial burden. We try not to think of kids as burdens, obviously, but just the financial aspect of it. They, for the most part, they're like, I just don't want to have to come in a pocket a bunch of money. And these kids do come with their own insurance, so that's another thing that you don't have to worry about. And that's why we reiterate, like, all you have to do is, just worry about providing a safe and stable home. You're getting extra money to help with the kid, and they also have their state insurance, so you don't have to come out of pocket with anything if you don't want to. So safe and stable home, that's the only thing you got to provide. That's it. So how do you get started? You can start by getting in contact with myself or anyone else on the team through our JMC website, social media pages, as well as our emails and phone numbers. Then we can get you started on, coming in for an orientation. All right. So to wrap it up a little bit, we appreciate everyone who has tuned into our live, and we hope that you're all, a little more familiar with foster care. And really, the biggest tidbit about this whole entire live is to really just push the problem out there. Just to let the rest of the community know, like, this is a problem, a huge problem within the community, within our community, within your community, within every community in the United States. This is really, a very prominent issue. So, just pushing that and making sure everybody understands that a little bit more. So if anything that we spoke about aligns with, your own values, we would love to, connect with you and get you started and get you involved. You can contact us by email at fosters, FOSTERS, at jmckids.com. Or, you can contact myself, D. Dorsey, DDORSEY, at jmckids.com. You can also check out our website at jmckids.com. And you can also reach out to my personal number, 253-229-2521. If you want to further get involved, from this live, and, possibly take it a little bit further. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. And I really appreciate everybody who tuned into our live, and, talk to you guys again later.